Yeah, all right, so good evening, planning commissioners. And so tonight, thank you for the patience as we get going. We do have online via Zoom, and then we're working with the Teams virtual link for our attorney and a representative from Ample Health. So to move things forward, first off, as you noticed, Chairwoman Blake and Vice Chair Schaefer are unable to attend tonight. And so first item of business is I'd like to suggest that Chairwoman Silman act as the chair tonight. So I just need a consensus from the group on that.
Yes.
Some nods? So I see the nods, and so Jackie, you're up if you would like to start the meeting.
Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. This meeting is being held in the council chambers and is open for the public attendance and participation. The meeting is also live streamed for public viewing, but not participation at the link provided in the agenda. Can I have roll call, please?
Chairperson Blake, Vice Chairperson Schaefer, Commissioner Silman,
Here.
Commissioner Adams, Commissioner Brookman,
Here.
Commissioner Dale,
Here.
Commissioner Campbell.
Here.
Okay. So for the Pledge of Allegiance, Commissioner Campbell, would you lead that for us?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Public comment. You are welcome and encouraged to participate in this meeting. Public comment on items not listed on the agenda will be heard at this time. Comments on controversial items may be limited, and large groups are encouraged to select representatives to express the opinions of the group. Written requests, members of the public submitting written requests at least 24 hours prior to the meeting will normally be allowed 5 minutes to speak. Do we have any comments from the public? Okay. Appearance of interested citizens. Members of the public may address the Planning Commission on items of interest that are within the city's jurisdictions. Individuals addressing general comments are encouraged to limit their statements to 3 minutes. Due to COVID-19, residents are encouraged to attend the Planning Commission meeting via web conference or submit comments by email. Consistent with public health guidelines for social distancing, limited seating is available in the council chamber. If an attendee does not have a facial covering, one will be provided. Comments may be made either at the council chamber podium. Please participate via web conference or email if you are ill or if you've been exposed to COVID-19. Okay, no comments from the public. All right, here we go. Agenda modifications. Planning commissioners and staff, is there any interest in modifying the agenda?
So we received, regarding item 6, the applicant requested that the item be withdrawn.
Okay.
And then also I would suggest that we flip-flop item 5 and 7 on the order.
So we are going to pull item 6, correct? And move 5 and 7. 7 up front. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions?
I just have a question on item number, excuse me, item number 6. Is that being withdrawn or is it being?
Formally withdrawn. And so there was some correspondence back and forth yesterday and today regarding his options, regarding modified conditions, regarding having it postponed, and both formal notifications were for it to be withdrawn.
Thank you, sir. No other questions.
Okay. So can roll call vote to approve the agenda?
Commissioner Campbell,
Yes, approved.
Commissioner Dale,
Yes.
Commissioner Brookman,
Yes.
Commissioner Silman.
Yes. Minutes from June 22nd, 2022. Commissioners, is there any interest in modifying the minutes?
But I'd like to make a motion that we approve them.
Okay, let's conduct a roll call vote.
Commissioner Campbell,
Approved.
Commissioner Dale,
Yes.
Commissioner Brookman,
Yes.
Commissioner Selman.
Yes. Okay, on to our business items. So we are going to number 7, correct? Development Plan 22-01, consideration for the development of Yuba City self-storage on 9.52 acres located along the south side of Colusa Highway Frontage Road, approximately 720 feet west of the intersection of Colusa Frontage Road and George Washington Boulevard. And staff, it looks like presentation by Jess Breed.
Good evening, Planning Commission. So tonight on the agenda, as mentioned by Commissioner Silman, it's Development Plan 2201, Highway 20 Self-Storage. So this site is 9.25 acres located along the south side of Colusa Frontage Road, approximately 720 feet west of the intersection of Colusa Frontage and George Washington Boulevard. So the project proposal tonight, so our applicant is requesting to construct a self-storage facility on 9.25 acres, and it's going to be constructed in 2 phases. So the phase 1 is right here displayed. Oh, I did this last time. There we go. So this is going to be phase 1. It's going to be 9 buildings just right here, as well as they're going to have some RV parking spaces in the back of the property at the south side. So 9 buildings totaling 94,045 square feet. And then there's going to be approximately 74,000 square feet of gravelled outdoor area for storage of 192 vehicles. And they are identified them as RV parking. And there is also a condition included that there will be no semi-trucks allowed to park on site. And then there is also a 2,200 square foot two-story building near the entrance for an office on the first floor, and then on the second floor there will be a caretaker residence. So phase 2 is going to be the conversion of the RV storage area to add 9 more self-storage buildings, so to total approximately 104,000 square feet. The total facility, once it's constructed, will consist of 199,000 square feet, including the 2,200 square foot unit of the office and the caretaker's residence. And then I do want to point out as well, here we do have these 2 buildings. These are going to be climate controlled, which is pretty neat for the area. As our applicant has stated, that's currently not available in Yuba City. The property description, it's surrounded by light industrial uses, including another self-storage facility on the west and the south. There are no nearby residences or other types of uses that would be sensitive to have a self-storage located here. So as such, it's not expected that there will be any compatibility issues with the neighboring uses. Also, on this property, there is a X-District overlay, which was on this site. So for this one, it specifically says that the council has expressed, since this project is on a gateway to the city, there is a need to ensure that future development and facade renovations to be of high quality, as well as be forwarded to the Planning Commission for architectural design review. So that's also why we're here tonight. The development plan essentially is here because of the size. It does need to go to City Council for approval. So tonight you will be making a recommendation to City Council to approve the development plan, but you are also approving the architectural design review. So here we do have what's currently being proposed. However, staff has added a condition to improve the design of this 2-story portion of the highway side of the frontage building near the facility entrance. We felt that even though they did have it to be the two-story, we do want to have them represent something a little bit more different. So to avoid coming back to Planning Commission, this condition has been included, and the elevations will need to be approved by the Development Services Director. So here we do have, you can see just the little, not the little, but there's some architectural elements, there's metal, there's panels, and then this is one of the two options that were provided. So here we have Scheme B, Option 2. This is more so in case they are unable to find the products that have been identified. So again, I also feel that adding that condition does give staff an opportunity to review, so we don't need to come back to Planning Commission for approval. The landscaping plan has also been provided. It's really hard to see, but it was included in the packet. So again, we, as a staff, felt that the trees proposed along the frontage don't meet the city's standard of trees being planted on the average of the 30 feet on center along the frontages. So again, a condition has been provided requiring that shade trees be planted at an average of 30 feet on the center, and that we also feel the landscaping will further enhance the view of the site overall. So with traffic, when this project was routed, we did get some concerns regarding traffic in regards to commercial trucks. So again, as mentioned, this is only going to be for RV parking. We feel that with a self-storage, there's not, it's not going to be a high traffic area, but the condition has been added again to prohibit commercial truck parkings on site. So this was going to be insignificant and not to trigger development thresholds. The environmental determination, so we did prepare an assessment, and we, again, at staff level, did identify mitigation measures that were provided in your packet, and determined that there's no evidence that the project will have a significant effect on the environment, and recommends adoption of a mitigated negative declaration for the project. Additionally, to approve the development plan, there are findings that are required. These have been outlined in your staff report. So they are identified 1 through 4, and I can go into it in further detail if needed. So tonight, our recommendation is to conduct a public hearing and to adopt a resolution recommending the City Council of the City of Yuba City approve Environmental Assessment 2203 by adopting a mitigated negative declaration subject to the conditions of approval and mitigation measures, and approve Development Plan 2201 Yuba City Self-Storage on 9.25 acres, and as identified on the screen above. So that concludes my presentation, and we do have the applicants here tonight. We have Mandeep and Randeep, so if you have any questions for them or myself or staff, we are happy to answer them.
Okay. Do I open up for the public comment or just go on to questions from the board first? I just want to make sure. Open it up.
You can do both. You can have questions and
Okay, and then just, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and call for some questions. Is there any questions from the commissioners?
No questions at this point.
All right.
Thank you.
Commissioner Campbell, you're good?
Good.
Just kidding, sorry. Okay, okay, is there any public comments? No, okay. We've got the staff, so I guess I'm at this point just, oh, is there any, did you want to?
I was answering questions if there are any.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we're good there. Do I need to check for anything on via email or anything, or?
There weren't any written comments.
Okay. So now I'm going to open. All right. So once finished with that, you guys are ready to make a motion?
So open any public comment.
Any public comment? Okay.
Close the meeting.
Got it. It's been too long. It's closed. All right. Commissioners, are you ready for a vote? Motion.
Yeah, I will make a motion that we adopt a resolution recommending the City Council of Yuba City approve Environmental Assessment 2203 by adopting a mitigated negative declaration subject to the conditions of approval and mitigation measures and approved development plan 2201, Yuba City self-storage on 9.52 acres located along the south side of Calusa Highway, frontage road approximately 720 feet west of the intersection of Calusa Frontage Road and George Washington Boulevard. Assessors parcel number 63-020-140.
All right, do we have a second? Second. Okay, Commissioner Campbell and Berkman. All right, let's conduct a roll call vote.
Commissioner Campbell,
Yes.
Commissioner Dale,
Yes.
Commissioner Brookman,
Yes.
Commissioner Selman.
Yes. Thank you for being here, and this is a beautiful, I can't wait to see it.
Very nicely done.
I can't wait for a ribbon cutting, so
Appreciate it.
thank you. Thanks for doing such a good job.
One thing I'd like to state is it's been awesome to work with Ashley, Ben, and Jaspreet. They've been awesome to work with.
Well, I would agree with you on that.
Appreciate that feedback.
Great presentation. Thank you so much. Okay, are we now going on to, we're ready for number 5? Okay. Rezone 2201, consideration to remove the X8 district overlay from the intersection of Market Street and Del Norte Avenue, Del Norte, at the existing Ampla Health site. All right, presentation by Doug Libby.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Doug Libby with Development Services. So this item, rezone 2201 with Ampla Health. This is going to be, it's a little bit different than what you normally see. When you typically see rezone applications, you have an applicant asking to go from one color on the map to a different color. Well, this is a little bit different. This has an overlay zone, the X8 overlay zone that they're asking to remove. The project site is located on the east side of Yuba City, north of Highway 20, Calusa Avenue, just east of the intersection of Sutter Street and Market Street. The property owned by Ampla Health, they are working on an application to expand their operations at this location. And you can see their existing buildings are located right here. And then the land to the east side of their property is land in which they wish to develop. However, the sites that are, the parcels that are highlighted have the X8 overlay zone on them. And it's interesting to note that the parcels down here, which are not highlighted but are developed with Ampla Health facilities, those are not within the X8 overlay zone. So you can almost look at this kind of cleans up the entire site for them. The property is zoned office commercial. If you look at surrounding uses, you would see their site is bordered by a mobile home park on the north. There's a concrete batch plant and vehicle repair to the east. Single-family homes, multifamily residences located on the west, and you'd probably be most familiar with the 7-Eleven convenience store and fuel station located to the south. You look at the zoning, how it would change. The left image on your screen shows the existing CO X8, and then on the right half of the screen you would see the proposed CO zoning, and you would see also that it matches with the parcels they own just to the south. So the purpose of the X8 district, it allows to apply specific design criteria that may be important for the property to develop or to modify the adopted development standards to accommodate innovative design approaches. In this case, the X8 zone design criteria are laid out. And if you notice items number 1 through 3, those are actually fairly standard routine development criteria that either get applied as part of the development process. But I would draw your attention to number 5, which we've put in larger type there. A roundabout with a radius of at least 55 feet shall be installed at the intersection of Market Street and Del Norte Court. And so a traffic study was prepared to analyze the nearby intersections, vehicle miles traveled, and future development access points to the site. The traffic study identified just a better location for a single lane roundabout at the intersection of Market Street and Sutter Street. And if you look at this map here, You can see where on the northern part of the image, this is where the X8 zone identifies for the roundabout. However, the new traffic study shows that this area is the better location. And I think from a flow standpoint, you would see that that is a better location. Not to mention just the size constraints. This area would interfere ultimately with Amplis property on the east to insert it, and then you would also have to get these other property owners on the west side involved. It should probably also be noted that the Market Street currently, when you go south, kind of behind the 7-Eleven, it's very slow traffic. There's not a lot of traffic there. Most of the traffic flow is just from Sutter Street onto Market Street, and I can say that I drive that street actually daily in my commute. And so I can say that that location would just be a much better location for a roundabout. So in accordance with the California Environmental Quality Act, an initial study was prepared, which gave rise to a negative declaration because staff found no evidence that the project would have a significant impact on the environment. And so a negative declaration has been recommended to you for this project. Findings are required pursuant to the municipal code in order to recommend the zoning change to the city council. Staff is recommending that your commission conduct the public hearing and adopt a resolution recommending the city council approve the environmental assessment, initial study, neg deck, approve the rezone, and remove the X8 overlay district from the project site. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
All right. So are there any questions from the commissioners?
No.
Oh, you're shocking me tonight. All right, so is there any questions from the audience? Okay, well, I'm going to, are we ready? Oh.
We do have a representative for Ample Health. I would recommend just open the public hearing and then they could get up and.
Ready. I'm going to open the public hearing. Is there any comments? Any questions? I'm not sure. Is it the gentleman that I'm seeing on the screen?
That's our attorney.
Oh, that's your, okay. Okay. Well, we don't have any questions for KC, but you're good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and close public comment. It's been too long. All right. So, commissioners, are we ready to make a motion? You ready? All right. Commissioner Brookman.
I'd like to propose we adopt resolution recommending the City Council of the City of Yuba City to approve environmental assessment 22-02 by adopting an initial study and negative declaration, and approve rezone 22-01 to remove the X8 district overlay from the project site located east of the intersection of Sutter and Market Street.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Dell. All right, so let's do a roll call vote.
Commissioner Campbell,
Yes.
Commissioner Dale,
Yes.
Commissioner Brookman,
Yes.
Commissioner Selman.
Yes. Thank you. This is another project that it's wonderful. You drive, it is so true about the traffic. You go that way and you never see anybody coming this way. So that was it's just well done. Thank you so much. Okay, I guess that's it for that. All right. We are down to future agenda items. Is that correct?
Yes, Madam Chair. We're going to be canceling the August 10th meeting. And then, so that means our next Planning Commission meeting will be the 24th of August, where we're intending to bring forward to the housing element rezones as part of implementation of our updated housing element. And then we're also looking at bringing forward to you the Spring Hill Suites amendment to their development plan. That's the hotel that was approved a few years ago back at 99 Southwest of 9920. So we'll have that for you at our next meeting.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right, Mr. Moody, any updates on development services? Other than you have a stellar team.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're definitely trying to make, move things forward and work through the economy and try to help keeping things go. What do I have? I don't have a lot of updates. I think some of the biggest things, we received a preliminary layout for the old Feather River Mills site. And so Hilbers, in conjunction with Mehmet Noyan, the landowners there, they've proposed some layouts. I don't know how, there's a little bit of work, but it's a coffee shop and a gas station and some extra buildings there. But the traffic level is high on Bridge Street, and then we're gonna work with them on trying to how to make that fit in our downtown. So it's, the look is appropriate, and it's that entrance to the city that we care about. And so, but we're working with that and some signage, so working through kind of the entitlement process, and hope to see some traction on that. We did receive a new subdivision map. It's called, I think, Chima Estates. And so it's in that Lincoln East Pacific Plan area along Sanborn Road, just directly north of the West Sanborn Estate. So it's it basically would tie into the Baines subdivision there, that the West Sanborn Estates to the north there. So more traffic on Sanborn Road, right?
More traffic on Cherry Street.
But more street improvements hopefully come with that.
All right.
And so 82 homes, at Inner West Homes is the applicant. And so, so there's an actual developer with the applicant versus the landowner. So, that might, hope to mean that it, maybe is at a point that it will move forward, but with the economy, I think people are a little bit, uncertain where they're at. Working through a subdivision on El Margarita. We do have that application in for a subdivision. It's a private subdivision, kind of more of a state residential on El Margarita Road. We're working through the specifics on that and hope to bring that forward soon. So it's probably looking like September-ish. So is it directly across from River Valley, just slightly down? Just southwest, kitty corner to River Valley High School. It's it's where Unity Estates. I don't know if anybody remembers, there was the proposed development John Ochapeni brought in maybe a decade ago about making more of a condo type of place, and so they're looking at that property there to switch it out. I think it was the old Balkowicz place. If anybody remembers John. Not sure. I haven't driven by there in a little bit. So really, besides that, we have a lot of housing element stuff that we're trying to make progress on. We're getting staff, Ashley, up and going with her development liaison role. She's been into that and helped coordinate some of those efforts to help development proceed through the city. And so I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from the commissioners?
No questions for me. Thank you.
Okay, you know my question. Stoplight? Cherry, or not
Cherry.
Cherry and Walton? Another year?
So I got to get you to keep saying roundabout at Cherry and Walton, but we'll see. I will tell you that there has been some progress as far as that the development team, the engineering team is working on and getting an RFP for design coming through. They're working on releasing that to get an engineer on board, and they've begun the survey work. So there's been some I don't know if anybody's seen some of the surveyors up and down the road to do that, and then we're starting to really schedule out the project to figure out where it's at. So no signal yet. But there's definitely trying to figure out how we fit that with the right of way and how we keep the maintenance and figure it out. There's definitely going to be discussions on that.
Okay. I won't ask for another 2 months.
Actually, I have one question. The city sign south of Bogue, is there an update on that, or?
I don't. I will tell you, we got removed because of how bad the condition was of the sign. It was looking really rough and the lights were out. And so we pulled it and removed it because they were going to work on it in the shop. And so since then, we've asked a landscape architect, a guy that's pretty good with signage, to come up with a few design proposals for us, and then also work on maybe a new location, because that location, it kind of came to, there's no real, it was more of a handshake deal back in the past as to where it came, and there's future development planned for there. So we're trying to figure out, hey, if we're gonna invest in a new sign, we want to put it in the right spot. Is it down towards Stewart? You know, how do we position it maybe just north of Stewart, past the signal? And so there's some work being done as far as confirming the site location and then confirming what the new sign's going to look like. And then I got to find money for it. And so, so unfortunately, I don't have a lot of progress on the replacement of that sign anytime soon, except they got removed because it was looking so bad.
Could it be something like what you have by Dutch Brothers? I mean, really nice and big. I mean, that is just so nice. Welcome to Yuba City, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that when we bring those in and we make progress, I don't think it's, I think that it is a need that maybe there's some public input on which one we land with. And so, so to be continued.
Yeah, that's good. Good question. Okay, Sutter County Rep, do we have any updates?
We haven't met, I don't think, in a month and a half, so I have no updates.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, there we go then.
Thank you.
So at this time, it is, I can't see the clock, 6:35. I'm going to close the meeting. There we go. Thank you.